I'm Nick. Welcome to the Professional Partier Podcast. Hey, what's up? I'm Nick. Welcome to the Professional Partier Podcast. Today, I have my guest, Dan Samau. Dan has worked in the nightlife industry for 12 years here in Las Vegas. Around the time of the pandemic, Dan started getting seriously into TikTok. And I remember he'd tell me and he'd be like, hey, I'm like taking TikTok seriously. And I'm like, hey, that sounds really strange. But it has paid off very well for him. So we talk about that quite a bit today. Welcome to the show, Dan Samau. Dan, like, just start from the beginning, man. What's your come up? How did you get into the industry? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Basically, I was 21 years old. I moved out here after college. I was going to open a dance studio.
Oh, nice.
Where'd
you go to college?
I went to Scottsdale Community College first, and I went to ASU.
In Scottsdale?
Yeah, in Scottsdale. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Then I went to ASU. I was going to finish my degree. I never got my degree, unfortunately. But I moved out here to open my own dance studio.
All right.
And I was going to do like choreography and stuff.
Okay, that's cool.
And basically, I started promoting nightclubs as, just a way to make partial income.
Yeah.
And within the first 2 weeks of promoting nightclubs, I realized I was really, really good at it. And the whole dance dream kind of went out the door for a while because I was making money that I couldn't have made if I opened my own studio regardless.
Yeah.
And I just remember getting my first paycheck as a promoter, and I couldn't believe how much money you could make just talking to people on the strip. And I never wanted to do hard work ever again.
There you go, man.
And from there, basically, I was 21 years old. I was doing very, very well promoting. And for some reason, the guy who was running the company didn't like that I was successful, I guess. And he literally told the guy who trained me to fire me. And when the guy asked him for what reason, he just said, just fire him.
Yeah.
And so, believe it or not, the same company, different owner, I went to go pick up my last paycheck. And I told him what happened, and he hired me as a manager the next week.
This is a dramatic little soap opera of fun stuff happening.
I couldn't believe it. I was doing very well selling bottles as a promoter, and that's why he actually hired me as a front manager, the other owner.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect it. I just going to get my last check. I talked to a guy named Voss, who I'm still friends with him. And Voss brought it up to Templar. Yeah. And he's the one.
Nice. So when you say you were promoting on Las Vegas Boulevard, what do you mean by that? What does that look like?
You're out there talking to people, trying to get people into whatever you're promoting. Back then it was lounges or even King Ink, which was like a tattoo spot, and that would turn into a lounge at night. We'd bring a DJ in. Yeah. And you're just promoting. You're out there talking to people saying, hey, are you guys going out tonight? Let's go, open bar, free drinks all night. That's it, charging a cover charge. And I've been doing that. I still do it now.
Yeah. The promotions industry, I mean, it means so much. Sometimes people will say promotions, and what they're referring to is oh, I'm the promoter. I'm the person that brought in this DJ, and I'm running this night.
Right.
And then other promoters, especially in Vegas, they're the bottle service promoters, where you would, work your Rolodex and bring people in high rollers or people that are established clients and stuff like that who buy. But that's not what you were doing, Jen.
Yeah, no, not for the promotion side. I was just basically promoting the lounge. That didn't last long. I was doing well there, but when I switched to basically bring a front manager, I was hiring promoters. I was training promoters to do what I was doing, and then selling bottles at the front. That was my main goal when I was there, was to sell bottles, and I was the best at it.
Nice.
By far. So,
how much would bottles sell for?
Any house bottles starting at $100, but if you want Grey Goose, Ciroc, Patron, stuff like that, you're looking at $200 plus.
Oh, that's pretty cheap. I went to the Durango pool this weekend, or on Monday actually, for the staff party, the World Crawl staff party.
Yeah.
Brought all the staff in, and I'm a local, and they were charging $3.50 a bottle.
Yeah, so these places I'm selling these bottles for $200, they're small places. They can't even compare to Durango. I'm talking Koi Ultra Lounge is, it's not huge. It's a big restaurant, but basically 3/4 of the place closes for the nightclub. So you're just in a giant circle with an outside circle. So getting bottles for $200 at little locations like that is probably comparable to, Durango pool selling them for $300 plus.
Yeah. How many people would fit in the Koi Lounge?
I mean, we probably fit comfortably 300 people, 200 people, maybe 250 to 300, I would say.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've sold up to 1,400 tickets in one night. And basically what we had to do there was just have a line outside. Once people leave, we're just shoving people in.
There you go.
And that's how that worked out.
Nice. How would you do as a promoter? Like financially, would you make good money?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the best money I've ever made, and I've had over 100 jobs, seriously. Yeah, in fact, while promoting, I worked other jobs just to make extra income. But promoting, you can't beat it. It's also, it's not difficult if you enjoy it. If some people will struggle at it. It's like, it's sink or swim, though. You're either going to do very well at it, or you're going to just try to breeze through and make money that's you can't live off of.
What makes a good promoter?
Enthusiasm and basically not taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
Trying to talk people into doing something is super easy if you believe in what you're selling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people who worked at Koi, for example, it's a smaller place, and they didn't want to compare it to the big nightclubs. I used that. Like, I hate big nightclubs, I would tell people. Right. You don't want to go in there and be a sardine. You're spilling $30 drinks all night. Come in here, and you'll get free drinks all night. You'll have a great time. There's a dance floor. There's a DJ. It's the same thing.
How much were you guys charging for the open bar?
Back then, $20.
$20 open bar.
Unlimited drinks. I couldn't believe when people walked away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then as time went on, it would go up to $30 to $40.
What would you get paid as when people are walking through the door?
$5 a person.
$5 a person.
25%.
So if you bring somebody to the door who pays $20 to walk in the door, you get 5 of that.
Absolutely.
And
I'm getting 100 people in on weekends, minimum on Friday, 100, minimum 100 on Saturday.
How do you get 100 people through?
You just talk to people nonstop. It's $20 open bar. If you can't sell a $20 open bar, you're going to have problems being a promoter.
Koi just shut down. Like it shut down like
Yep.
like a month
I just
ago.
saw the walls up last week, man. Broke my heart.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tao Group picked it up and they're opening a Tao restaurant up there, but or some sort of Tao rest like a Tao
like a lounge or something.
But Koi for those that aren't familiar, you have to walk them through Planet Hollywood, and then you have to take them upstairs, like up an escalator to like this like corner. So you have to walk them like quite a ways to get there.
Yeah.
And you were able to do that?
Yeah, it's actually better to build a rapport with them walking in there. Like, I don't think promoters should build rapport. It's not like sales unless you're promoting, World Crawl, for example. That you have to build rapport.
Right.
Me, I'm trying to just get you in right now, open bar. So it's not like I have to build a rapport, but it's good to build that rapport with them and walk them up and explain what's going on in there. You want to explain this isn't like a giant nightclub, and if they want a giant nightclub, you got to work your way around words with that and still talk them into it, which that little walk is good rather than being right in front of it. And they just, oh no, I'm looking for a big nightclub. You don't have time to talk them into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So how would you do it? What's the name of the game? Like, I get talk to everybody, but like, what was your pitch?
My main pitch was unlimited drinks. You say that? You say that, dude? People are like, what do you mean? $20 unlimited drinks? They're buying one drink at the bar, at Heart Bar. Back then it was Heart Bar. They were paying $20 for one drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess like that's a hard deal to beat for sure. Now, and like prices have gone up significantly.
Oh
in
yeah,
Las Vegas,
yeah.
right?
Everything's increased. Like, it's not even close to what it used to be. This was like 12 years ago. I'm 34. I started when I was 21.
Oh wow.
I was managing when I was 22. So it's 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
You took me from Koi after 8 years.
Yeah.
I was there for 8 years. And that's when I met you, and I came to work promo with you for frogs and stuff.
Well, that's cool, man. Like you promoted it at Koi for 8 years, and then you came to work for.
Kind of front manager. I hired and trained promoters, but I have a brother who's like one of the best promoters in Vegas, and he would help me run the outside team. I would run the inside team.
How big did the team get?
Up to 30 people sometimes.
Wow.
We had them spread out everywhere, but we realized all you need is a small core team who's going to kill it and come in and be consistent, and that's all you need.
Yeah, it's the 80-20 rule, right?
Exactly.
Like 80% of your sales are going to be made by 20% of your people.
Exactly. And when I say we had 30 people, it wasn't the same 30 people. I'm consistent, constantly hiring every day. Yeah. Literally every day. It's in and out, sink or swim, and a lot of people can't swim.
Right.
So unfortunately, because it's so easy to me, it's sometimes when I see people failing out there. It breaks my heart even when I try to help them and they can't do it.
And you guys would use wristbands to kind of like track people, right?
Yep.
So like you put a wristband on them and be like, this wristband like gets you something, and then you use that.
Basically, yeah. So this wristband will get you $20, unlimited drinks, and without the wristband, we would upcharge sometimes, but most of the time we'd still charge the same. But it was just our goal to talk to them. $20, unlimited drinks. Wristbands are good because they're walking the strip. They look down, they still have it on their wrist. Like, oh, didn't this guy say $20 earlier? They'll come back sometimes with those wristbands.
Right.
So
how have you seen the strip change over the last like 12 years?
That's what's crazy is like the strip will never have history. Everything just gets broken down and rebuilt. So it's not like, we have history to go to here. It's insane. There's probably, since I started, Marquee wasn't even there when I started. And I remember they opened up across from us and we thought we were going to just lose everything, but we actually did better because it brought traffic towards us.
Right.
But I mean, all the way to Cosmo. Cosmo was new. I mean, everything now, Resorts World, Fontainebleau, all these places are new. I remember I got to see the Riviera get knocked down.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's no history here. Everything's new. And if something fails, it closes down and someone with money comes and buys it and tries again.
What about the people, and the trends that you've seen change in the last few years? Because I have my opinions on how it's changed, but before I share mine, I'm curious what you think.
Well, I think it being more expensive now, that's making it way more difficult to be the promoters that we could be before. It's just, we can't charge $20 for open bar anymore. It's just not possible, probably anywhere. I mean, you could, but you're probably not going to make good money if you're paying your promoter good money. And if you're not paying your promoter good money, you're not going to have good promoters.
Yeah.
So increase in money is hard. When you're charging $40 and, they have guest list places that can get people in for free with 1 hour of open bar, you have to be a really good promoter to talk them into not going to see, Pauly D. Instead coming to this little lounge. So,
yeah. Yeah, they've in the last several years they've added a lot of hotel rooms to Las Vegas, and they've added a lot of major nightclubs as well.
Yeah,
they've taken a couple away. Like I've noticed that the smaller nightclubs, like the 400, 500, 300 people nightclubs, they're kind of gone. The ones that are still around, they're huge. They're freaking huge. And they just open more. Like they just opened Live fits a few thousand people. They opened. What's over at Resorts World AU and Zook.
There's so much competition.
There's a lot of competition, and I to me it feels as if the the party person isn't in Vegas as much as they used to be. They're still around, but you don't see as many Canadians, you don't see as many Australians, you don't see as many Europeans,
and you also see so many more promoters. They're everywhere out there because there's 20 promoters for each club, if not more.
Right.
And there's more clubs, which means more promoters out there.
Yeah.
More competition. This guy's offering free entry with 1 hour open bar. This guy's offering free entry with 2 hours open bar. This guy's just offering open bar. This guy is offering you to get bottle service, sit down. And you're just walking down one side of the strip, you're going to get stopped like 50 times.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a group of girls. You will be stopped every single time you see a promoter.
That competition, I mean, it's inevitable if all these places open up.
You know what I've been thinking about for years? What I think the future is going to be for this is nightclub kiosks, where you literally can sign up to any nightclub or any lounge, even if it's World Crawl. You just have a kiosk there that says guest list here. It's updated every day. Pauly D's performing here, whatever it is, whoever it is. Just have 20 of those on the strip. Just have 20 of those on the strip, and that's the future, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Seriously.
No, I'm already working on it.
Okay.
Right?
Damn, yeah.
All the stuff that we're doing with Tix4 is that it's heading that direction, right? I just got off a call with one of my buddies who runs an AI consultancy.
That's the future.
It's that's the future. I don't want to say that every frontline worker is going to become a robot, but every
Right.
frontline worker is going to become a robot. Like,
Yeah.
it will come. And like we were talking about some of the automated processes that can happen.
Yeah.
And like I'm, us at World Crawl being a sales organization, I'm thinking about like how can AI help that? So there's two sides of the things of the coin that I see. So when I've got my sales rep selling Club Crawl, like for those that don't know, I run the nightclub tours where our sales reps are out there and they'll stop you and they'll get to know you and then they'll pitch you and then you'll be like, oh, I'll think about it, and it's their job to convince you to come.
Yeah.
Like, that's their job, right? And so we have a process of doing that. Like, if you've got a show at like 8:00, well, did you tell them that they could show up late? Or if they've got guest lists to another venue, did you tell them why it's what we do is more beneficial than if they're worried about money, have you shown them every way they can save money, and all this type of stuff, the processes that we have. So what AI can do is, if we are recording all the conversations, AI will then transcribe every conversation
to every language,
and they will be able to say like, oh, this sales rep did not tell them about the and did not do this, did do this, like they should have gone for a close here, they should have done that, and they can actually grade you.
That's insane.
It's insane. Yeah,
I never even heard of that.
It exists now. It's not so easy to pull off, but it is doable.
Yeah.
And like there's even our phone system, like we use Ring Central on the back end to like when we answer our phone calls. I don't have this service, but apparently it does exist, where the phone script, we can program it on through Ring Central to actually do that and get it done.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like the languages, because now they could do every language. AI can just straight up make whatever language you want on a video, and whatever language you want, you can select it and it'll say it in that language like immediately now.
Yeah.
ChatGPT 4.0 just updated to that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And there's a device that I forget what it's called. One of my buddies was telling me about it. He had it. He showed it to me. It's the size of a card, of like a business card.
An actual device.
And it's a device, and it does the recording, and it'll transcribe it using ChatGPT 4, and then like it'll automatically like Bluetooth the transcriptions and stuff like that.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I could put that on my sales reps, and then use that, and then like on the marketing side of things, like places to go on with AI and marketing, like it ultimately comes down to what data points you have, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're talking to somebody in a face-to-face conversation, a promoter, and you're like, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? Oh, you're from Kansas City. Sweet. How often do you come to Vegas? Oh, you come every year. You usually come around this time of year. Yeah, you come every Labor Day. Boom. Like, we know. AI knows.
Crazy.
The Android knows, and then you can market based on that stuff. That's where the stuff is. It exists now, but like it's going to become more mainstream. And the companies that use that stuff now, they're the ones that are going to be able to flourish and like do well.
Yeah.
And on the promotion side of things, like like it's hard to say what's going to happen within like the industry for the for people's trends and their preferences and stuff like that, like because that can change, and AI can't necessarily predict that, like
But the thing is too, what AI can become DJs. I've heard AI Drake songs that sound exactly like him, triple entendres, metaphors, everything like Drake.
What's the Tupac verse on
Kendrick? Yeah, like it's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane that it can do that. So are people even going to want to see DJs in the future, or are they going to want to see the best AI DJs? It's like, why listen to David Guetta if this AI DJ can play just like him or better? Why pay David Guetta to even go to your venue?
Well, there's a lot of copyright litigation happening right now. Like these things are undecided right now in the courts, like trying to figure.
But it's like, who do you sue?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You sue the producer, you sue the publisher, you sue the platform. Like you can sue a ton of people.
That's insane to me.
In America anyway. But yeah, it's a big deal. Like, because the music industry changes so much that with like the AI music production, like it's very here. Like you
it's
can
insane.
download the programs to do that, and like you could probably produce a track within like 2 hours that is a banger and like would be decent for radio.
Yeah.
And so if you're ripping off likeness of, even if you were to rip off like styles, like hey Siri or hey ChatGPT, like make a beat that's like 4 minutes long that sounds like Skrillex, Nice Sprites and Scary Monsters, and has Kendrick Lamar's voice over it, and like your computer does the work and then it just spits it out right there. Like, like that's cool, but when it comes to Skrillex and Kendrick Lamar's publishing, like that's a problem.
Right.
So I don't think that that's going to be legal. And I think that that realistically, there's going to have to be like some serious regulation put out on deepfakes.
It's going to be interesting to see how it's regulated.
Yeah, deepfakes is the next like major issue that they're going to run into though, because they're like man, like revenge porn with like deepfakes. Think about that. Like that can be like that. Like, oh, I don't like you, therefore I'm going to put out a video online of you doing something nasty. It's not you, but it's like...
Yeah, I've noticed that on TikTok already. People are doing like making these people dance with just a picture that's trending right now. Yeah. And they just take a picture of you and then all of a sudden you're like twerking, dude.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, that I've seen that what is it, a filter?
Yeah, it's like a CapCut edit.
Yeah, so that edit is crazy because if they take a photo of you straight on, like it bends the face. Yeah. And so it's like, and it looks good. Like
it looks like some of these guys are actually dancing like that. It really does. It's crazy.
It really does. I guarantee that stuff it's going to come to the point where it's like you just can't believe anything that you see online. Like, Gary Vee was talking a lot about this, that like you cannot, forever the proof has been video. Like
it's gone.
You go to court and it's like, oh, you committed this crime. We know because we have the video. And now, no.
There's going to have to be things that they can look up to see if the video is ever fake. Like, for example, I know a lot of kids use ChatGPT in school for like essays.
Yeah.
And then there's a
way to detect.
But now there's another thing that makes it undetectable by that one.
Yeah.
So they have to have another one now. Yeah. And it's going to never stop.
Yeah. Yeah, but the video proof is just gonna go.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be proof anymore. You're gonna open your phone and
even voice proof.
Yeah, and also like what I've noticed. So kind of like shifting a little bit over to like the TikTok side of things and some of the social media, which I know that you got heavily into and like you dominated on. As you were a content creator and they started to pay you and stuff like that. So what I find interesting is that these platforms, like if you look at what most people are scrolling now, it's not new creators as much as it used to be. You know what it is? It's like movie clips from like 1987 of like a movie that was really good.
Yeah. Or like an old interview with Denzel Washington in it I saw like from 5 years ago with him and Jamie Foxx. That's trending right now.
It's getting to the point where these platforms, like they don't need the creators anymore. They don't need like they can just recycle this old content.
I recycle my old content that's successful because it works.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then also you've got the ability for AI to generate like content.
Yeah.
So the art of creating might be on its way out.
You have to be extremely entertaining, and I think the only thing AI can't do is do live streaming, live tours of Las Vegas. I'm actually in this restaurant eating. AI can explain what it tastes like, even maybe make a picture of what it would look like, but they want a human's interaction with the food in the restaurant. They want a human to tell you what's going on. They don't want a robot to tell you. But this food's good.
At the same time, like it's becoming obvious that stuff is popular.
Yeah.
Like somebody goes into a restaurant and they're like, hey, I just tried this steak. It's bomb.
Yeah.
And like people that content has been doing super well.
Yeah.
But it's so saturated now.
It's more than anything, I think, now, because it's the only thing they can do.
Right. So then, but what does that? What happens to that as an audience that you're getting bombarded by? Oh, I love this steak. I love.
It
this
comes down to your
car.
personality.
And it's like
You have to be extremely entertaining. You have to talk like people want to hear. You have to include them in it.
But look a step ahead of that. Do you not think that maybe people are going to get sick of it and they're not going to want to do it? Like, not going to want to watch it. They're just going to be like, oh, it's just
Another restaurant, another restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, you're right.
and like all the travel. Like, look at this beautiful waterfall. Like, you'll never guess this hidden gem in, like.
I mean, how many times do you think the fountain shows have been posted on TikTok?
Right.
Millions, probably. It's going to come down to entertainment. But the problem is, just listening to AI, they can be entertaining too. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, when I heard that Drake song that he made, I'm talking triple entendres, metaphors that only Drake would probably say. An AI version of him did it. Like, then they could literally just do that with anyone. You know, Keith Lee, for example, he's probably the best food reviewer on TikTok, and he'll probably always be successful because he's so trusted. But imagine AI just copying him, just a version of him.
Yeah.
Just make a different face.
Yeah, I actually follow a couple of the full-on influencers that are just AI. Dude, they got like
Millions of views.
millions of views, like hundreds of thousands of clicks, like every post that they do, and it's just like it's a fake girl.
There's a guy has extremely. His name is, I want to say, Ray Williams.
Yeah.
And he recreates all your true crime stories that you've ever heard of with AI pictures while he explains it.
Yeah.
And it's just AI pictures. Doesn't even show the real people. And he's getting millions of views on every video, every single video he posts.
How did you come up in TikTok?
I Googled the number one anime in the world. That's literally what I did. And it said Rick and Morty when I Googled it. Well, if it's an anime, we could argue about that. But that's what came up on Google.
Okay.
And so I bought a Morty mask. I basically, when I was managing nightclubs, I would have my own security guards kick me out. And a lot of people thought it was really me going into the nightclub and getting kicked out. And within 4 months, I had 250,000 followers.
Oh.
4 months.
So did you strategically do that to get big?
Yeah, I honestly probably only watched one season of Rick and Morty.
Right, but what like was it your objective to like go onto TikTok and be like and like get big?
Yeah, it was my objective.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Zach Songtile.
Why?
He showed me how much money people were making by posting videos, and a lot of people he showed me weren't entertaining.
Yeah.
And at that time, what was going viral and trending was people getting kicked out of places. Really getting kicked out of places, though, you know? So I made it look very realistic. I told my security guards, drag me out, just don't take my mask off. And I didn't show my face for like the first year I had TikTok, and I still got up to like 350,000 within my first year. I'm at 550 now, and I have a backup page with 130,000. I don't even use that one.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So then what was your name?
Dancing Morty.
Oh, yeah, you danced.
Yeah, I did a little bit of dancing too, but my main goal was to get as many followers as quick as possible. And whatever was trending, I redid it with Morty. Whether it was a dance, I went trucking for a year and I gained like 50,000 followers just stopping at the state signs and just doing a stupid dance in front of the state signs. And everyone from that state would follow. Yeah. But, you know, I would do dumb stuff with Morty, and you know, I still have the Morty mask. A lot of people, when I go on my live streams, they want me to pull Morty back out. But, you know, I did that to gain my following, and it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
So then when it was time for you to, like, switch it up and for you to, like, well, how did, like, so you just abandoned, like, Dancing Morty, and then you changed it to something else, and you've got all these followers, and now you're doing whatever you want?
Exactly. Like, so what I did was I switched to what I'm the best at, which is Las Vegas. I've been out here forever. I know where to get the cheapest drinks, the cheapest shots, what stores to go to. You know, I talk a lot of shit on my TikTok. Excuse my language. I talk a lot of crap on TikTok, and people enjoy my realness. Yeah. And I just keep growing because I'm completely brutally honest. I talk a lot of crap about places that other people would probably get paid to talk good about.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Legit.
Yeah. So
keeping it real.
Yeah, and people love that. People love that.
Yeah, for sure. What's your name now?
Enjoy your trip, LV.
Enjoy your trip, LV on
Yes,
TikTok.
absolutely.
And do you mess with Instagram or anything like that?
I do. I don't. It's run by AI actually. I have an AI app that I use, and it just posts. You're not gonna believe this. I just record video of a restaurant, and I'll record the menu, and I just post about that just randomly,
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an AI voice in the beginning. Let's check out Las Vegas restaurants. Let's check out the prices.
Did that pop off?
I'm only at 1,000 followers there. I haven't really tried to build that though because TikTok's paying me pretty good.
Yeah.
So to build my Instagram, I could just live stream and tell everyone to follow me on Instagram as well. But I feel like
No. Yeah. Why?
I just feel like it's going to be the same people looking at those videos.
I definitely understand why, like, stick with, well, if TikTok, like, was the come up, like, stick with it.
It's the number one used app in America right now.
Is it?
It's about to hit 180 million users, and that's huge. Just Americans.
Facebook is actually getting like making a huge comeback. It's making.
What are they doing?
Well, so they're dominant with like the grandparents and the parents and stuff like that. Like, like 40, 45 plus. But they are they're making a comeback with like 16 to 20-year-olds, and the Facebook Marketplace is a big part of that. I know that.
Have you seen TikTok Shop?
Well, I can't not see TikTok Shop. Like somebody's like always hawking something, right? Like
it's
like,
everywhere.
My God, look at this knife, just so sharp, like cuts directly through the thing I'm trying to cut, and I bought
It's true.
It's like nonstop.
The problem is when you watch those videos, it will pop up on your FYP nonstop. So whenever I see a shop video now, I skip it immediately. I don't care if I'm even interested.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll keep coming up on your FYP.
Yeah.
So
you got the algorithm pretty dialed in, like
Yeah, it changes a lot, but as you consistently post, you kind of learn how it's changing. You see the views go down, you see them go back up. So you see the different times you post.
Yeah.
And it changes, but like it depends on what you're posting too. So if you're posting party content, you want to post it when the partiers are up. You don't want to post at noon when they're hungover. You want to post it at 9 p.m. or that probably even earlier in the morning at like 3 a.m. when they're leaving the clubs. They're going to see your party stuff.
You think that matters?
I think it does. Yeah. All my viral videos in Las Vegas, I posted at 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. All of my viral videos. Like all the ones over 5 million.
Whoa.
Which is crazy. My first viral video I posted at 4 a.m. on a Saturday. And I woke up Sunday completely hungover at like 2 p.m. And I had like 2 million views overnight, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could wake up and I'll have like couple thousand, and I'll be like, yeah.
I could get a couple thousand in an hour, then I failed on that video.
Yeah, that's right. What's good now for like what's trending now? Like what are you doing?
The best thing to post now is all the new stuff and all this like Tropicana getting torn down. The Volcano show talk about how Hard Rock's taking over the Mirage. People are interested in what's coming and what's going. So that's what's working right now.
Right.
My last viral video is a video of the Tropicana just looking demolished.
Yeah.
And people are just interested. Also, a baseball stadium's going there, which I don't even know if they got 100% now.
No, they don't. I know for a fact that they don't know where the money is. Like, the money does not exist for that stadium.
So that's even crazier because they knocked that down. Apparently, the Athletics are still going to be moving to San Francisco until 2027 when they were supposed to come here. And then if we don't have a baseball stadium, then what? Where are they going to go after 2027? Back to Oakland or stay in San Francisco? Or so people are interested in that, Yeah. And when you talk about that, and people also they love to hate. There's more haters that will comment than anybody.
Dude, I posted something online the other day, and then someone's like, "Oh yeah, you're stupid," and then I'm like, "Listen, you." And then I started like really like going into them and like pissing them off, and then TikTok gave me a warning.
Yeah, and that's what they want. These people who hate, they want you to react. So the best thing to do is either block them or be nice. I want to be nice. They hate. If someone calls you like, oh, whatever, like the other day I saw one of your posts and this guy's like, typical sales guy, da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. And then I was like, did you see my comment? I was like, he's running six companies. You're running your mouth.
Appreciate that.
Of course.
Yeah, I know, but I'm so like sad because like I want to just be. One time I got a comment through, I think it was actually on Instagram, and they were like, my rebuttal went through, and the guy like recanted and was like, "Oh, you went really hard on me." And I'm like, damn right,
That's
I went hard
rare.
on you,
That's
little-
rare. They usually
little
double
girl.
up, especially the younger generation. They will double up and triple up because that's their generation. They're not used to talking to people face to face, and that's probably why there's so much anxiety and stuff nowadays. They're so used to being able to say whatever is on their mind, but they would never really say a lot of that to these people's faces.
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So
Sure. And you know, I think like you know that element is has changed the promotion game out there on Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yeah.
Because like my I don't see it so much, but my our sales manager Adam, or he just left the company, but Adam would always say like, these guys don't know how to talk to people. Like these kids, like they do not
Yeah.
know how to speak to individuals. It's like they've been sheltered their whole life. They're sticking.
they're
their
used to
face-
talking over mics, playing games, or typing whatever they feel, and you can't say whatever you feel in
you'll
real
get
life.
slapped.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
it's-
Yeah.
or you know, you'll hurt someone for real. Like you'll hurt someone's feelings. You keep saying that shit to someone in real life. You know, so there's a difference on how you talk to people on a game, or you know, how many people just hate on you on your stuff. Just a typical sales guy. Like, what are you talking about? I literally talk about how I'm taking my team out and how it builds a team together. And that's like a typical sales guy. Who even says that? Who would say that to you in person if you were at a pool with your team and you're like, I brought my team here, you know, we're all just chilling. Oh, you're just a typical sales guy. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah, definitely not. I think that you know, focusing on just having this like weird dialogue in TikTok, and it dumbens us a little bit.
I agree.
Maybe a lot. Like it's kind of sad that we don't have very sophisticated conversations anymore, that where you know everything has to fit in the 60 seconds.
And everyone has to choose a side. It's either this side or that side. No one can just have an open mind, it seems. It's like either they hate it or they love it. They're always choosing a side though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but it's TikTok and all social media with reels, just 30-second clips. People don't even have.
And it's not even the 30-second clips. I've seen it, man. Like I will never, ever forget when I was out in my office and I went up to Christina and I was like, Christina, check out like this TikTok account. And like I want to show you a couple of videos.
Yeah.
And there was one that I really wanted her to look at because it was like really good. I thought it was really good, and I thought she was really gonna like it. And she scrolled past it, like because I didn't hook her in the first like 1.1 seconds.
Yeah, attention span.
And like she did not get to the video. She scrolled past it because I didn't hook her. And I was like, what the hell?
And that's why you'll see videos of like, for example, just off the top, police chases. The beginning of the video will be the most exciting part, and then it'll go from the beginning to the end. So that way you want to see how it got to that point. And that's kind of like what's trending now is you have to start with the climax. There's no building a story anymore. You start with the most exciting part of the story, then you can tell the story afterwards. Yeah. And that's how you have to do it.
Sometimes I'll be scrolling on TikTok and then some of this like weird like ASMR type of like,
oh man,
like just watching people like no, that stuff is weird as hell.
Man, that's so weird to me.
That stuff's weird, but no, it's like the like people like popping zits or like,
oh
you know,
yeah,
like,
but people have weird fetishes.
It's not even the fetish. It's just like what was it that like mesmerized me the other day? It was like a pipe breaking, and I'm like, you know, it's just you're just mesmerized by this, and you're watching it, and especially the live ones, where people are just doing like weird things at work that are like fiddly and like.
People go live at Popeyes and just make food all day, and they'll get thousands and thousands of people watching them. Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. Well, yeah. What do you think about going live? You go live a lot.
I go live a lot. Going live is like when your videos stop doing well, you go live. Your videos go on FYPs while you're live. You know, so going live matters. Once my videos start dying, when I have viral videos dying, I go live and those videos start hitting again within 2 days.
Wow.
That's what I noticed. So going live is important. Plus, you want to build an audience that knows you. You want to build your own brand. You want to be trusted. And you can't do that just through videos. You have to talk to them. They want to be included. They want to ask you questions. What's the weather like is like their number one question. I swear to God, I have to show the weather 50 times when I go live because people scrolling.
Chelsea, can you hand me my phone? I want to go live. You can go live on so many. Oh my God, I hate TikTok.
Well, I can go live on Instagram right now too. It's just
You can't go live on more than one platform at once, though, can you?
well, if you have two phones.
Yeah, you need two phones. All right, I'm going live. I'm live with Dan right now. What's up?
What's up?
So when you go live, do you just go live and just you talk to the camera? Or
Yeah, normally I just walk the strip, and I'll just go live, and basically I don't really have to do anything or think of anything because the people watching will ask me the questions.
Yeah.
You know, hey, can you go to Cosmo? What's the best casino? What's the cheapest casino to stay in? What's machines are the loosest? What do you play slots? Do you play? So I don't even have to come up with anything. That's why live streaming's so good, because you just let them lead it. Let them ask the questions.
Yeah.
And you just answer them.
And it's like basically the kickstart to to what you're doing.
Yeah, and you, especially once you post a video, like I would strongly consider you going live once you post a video.
Really?
You know what I mean?
How often do you go live?
Every day almost.
Every day.
Yeah, I try to. Like Monday, I usually won't. I like doing Mondays though, because there's so many creators out here in Vegas now that Mondays they're usually not out there as much as Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Mondays, like I just went this last Monday, and I was doing well out there. It was great.
Do you find that that Vegas has become a hotspot for creators?
Yeah, I feel like it's easy because there's just so much out here. Whereas like if I lived in a small town called Pahrump. I mean, how many videos could I make out there? Just about the same 6 casinos that have been out there for years.
Pahrump has casinos?
Yeah, like Golden Nugget and stuff, Silver Nugget, like old casinos. Like it's kind of run out. I can't imagine people who live in small towns without casinos. What can you do? Make videos at the Walmart? Like,
yeah.
So Vegas is so easy to make videos. There's so many restaurants, so many things to do. There's a different thing opening up every week. That Tiger Woods putt golf is coming out. I need to go make a video about that.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many things going on.
Man.
Yeah, there's so many things going on.
Yeah. And there's a lot of OnlyFans out here as well.
Dude, so many.
What do you think about like how do you leverage your TikTok for what you're doing in nightlife?
Oh man, it's pretty easy because the nightlife is crazy. And I actually, when I went on one of your crawls last week, there was like 5 OnlyFans girls on there. It was great. You know what I mean? And I got to, I had them all add me on TikTok. I had them make a video and tag me and everything. So it works out. And I told, I don't really care about OnlyFans. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. I'm not against it. Make your money. If I could do it and I looked like you, I would probably do it too.
There you go. So with this following that you have, like you monetize them through, like, I don't want to say monetize them. It sounds so dirty, but like,
yeah,
but you call it like, you've got cool stuff. You can be like, hey, yo, buy this or do this. Do you do TikTok shop?
Nope, I don't do it. And I try not to do like sponsorships either, like a lot of people out here, because like I told you earlier, I'm brutally honest.
Yeah,
you can't pay me enough to be fake. Yeah. Like you're not going to pay me to say this food is great and it's shit. That's not going to happen. Yeah. So that's why Keith Lee is so successful too. Keith Lee, he's completely honest and he doesn't ask for money. A lot of these creators out here, when you see the place tagged and stuff, they're getting paid to say it. This is the best place in Vegas to blah, blah, blah. Sponsored, tagged, everything. Dude, they're getting paid.
Right.
So that's the difference. And that's how I'm building my following now. And I'm going to continue doing that. But using the nightlife in it is super easy too. And I could sell tickets online for crawl, you know what I mean? Which I just did the first time.
Nice.
And that it works out because I'm being honest. It's fucking amazing. It's a great time. Like you want to do this when you come here. You don't want to wait in line. You want to get drunk before you go to the club. We have 2 pre-party places. Like I'm pitching it because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? No one's going to pay me to do that. Yeah. I'm doing it because I like it,
Yeah.
And videos go viral and I make extra money on top of it. So
nice. Where do you see the future of like the social media trends going? Like how do you...
Man, I can't even see it because everything I used to think was going to happen, it's completely different. And now it's just all CapCut. So like, just people posting whatever video behind or a picture behind.
Faceless.
Yeah, and then it's just someone talking and it's just POV, this and that. And then with a CapCut edit. They don't even show their face. It's pissing me off sometimes because I take time to edit my videos sometimes and I'll post a video. These guys use a CapCut edit and get millions of views and mine will just get like 10, 20,000. I'm like, come on, should I just start using CapCut edits, you know?
Yeah, man. I follow an Instagram account called like the Faceless Method, and it's like they focus on promoting that you just do basically that.
Yeah.
And that you don't need to show your face, and like there's all these YouTube channels where people are just don't show their face, and they make that type of content.
They used to have to where you could just screen record episodes or whatever you wanted to screen record, and you could just post it. But if you see that now, they have it to where you cannot get paid. They won't monetize that anymore. So they're not going to let you post SpongeBob videos and get paid for it now, no matter what. And I don't know how they do it, probably with a similar thing like Shazam. I know that's an old app, but, you know, similar to that where they can hear that it's an episode. So now what you'll see is episodes with their voices funny because it's sped up a little bit or it's slowed down a little bit. That's because they don't want to get caught and they want to get paid. But once again, if they get caught, regardless, if someone even reports it, you're not going to get paid.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for the future, like I said, I don't know. I'm going to continue doing me and just being real. I think I'll be fine. I feel bad for, you know, the faceless people because there's going to be so many that I don't see how all of them are going to be able to build a following.
Yeah. It's not going to exponentially continue to grow the way it has. And TikTok is starting to mature, right?
Yeah.
So,
and my goal is to become a break from the shit that you see consistently scrolling. I want to be the person where you're like, okay, this is real. You know what I mean? So, and I could do it.
Nice.
It's going to happen.
Right on. Sweet. I think with that, I will wrap this up. Brother, thank you for coming in, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
Appreciate it. And give us a follow on all your socials. And
Yep. Follow at World Crawl. Follow at Enjoy Your Trip LV. And I don't use my backup page, so don't worry about that one.
And follow me at Nicholas John Field.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.